Before we get started, if you're enjoying this content, you can do us a favor by subscribing to our YouTube channel and ringing the bell. That'll let the algorithm know that you like this content and it will help us produce more.
Being finance guys, we didn't think we had the creative juices that we needed, but in the contrary, with today's landscape, being yourself is the best marketing.
Welcome to Honest Ecommerce, a podcast dedicated to cutting through the BS and finding actionable advice for online store owners. I'm your host, Chase Clymer, and I believe running a direct-to-consumer brand does not have to be complicated or a guessing game. On this podcast, we interview founders and experts who are putting in the work and creating real results. I also share my own insights from running our top Shopify consultancy, Electric Eye. We cut the fluff in favor of facts to help you grow your e-commerce business. Let's get on with the show. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Honest Ecommerce. Today, I'm welcoming to the show one of the co-founders at Manmade, the most comfortable boxer brief ever. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Hi Chase, thank you so much for having me.
I'm excited to chat. So let's dive in. What was going on in your life? Why did you decide that you wanted to make a boxer brief company?
Crazy. The story dates back about 2 years ago. This is a brand that consists of 4 co-founders, my best friends. Some of us have known each other as far as kindergarten. So as the quattro that we are, we all have 2 things in common, right? We had an entrepreneurial itch that definitely needed scratching, and terrible underwear days. So back in June of 2020, we went into a cabin to brainstorm ideas of finally leaving our finance careers to start a direct-to-consumer business. It was a hot, humid day in Montreal. For anybody that's been to Montreal or around Montreal, we were in Tremblant, Mont Tremblant. It was humid, and we kept talking about how uncomfortable we were in our underwear, to be quite frank. And then one thing led to a joke. Who was, that likes to go commando, who just deals with whatever his wife buys him. The other guy, he's been buying the same boxer briefs since he started wearing boxer briefs. And we just said, there has to be a better solution. So we did our research. We made our business plan, and we just got really excited and driven to start this brand. And 34 iterations later, 10 months, sweat and tears, ups and downs, we finally launched on August 30th of 2021. And 11 months later, a lot has happened, and we're so happy that we made that first leap.
You said something there that I've only heard, I believe, once before on this podcast, which was you and your co-founders were intently trying to find an idea to launch a business around. Tell me more about that.
Yeah. So we all have, we've known each other a long time, right? So best of friends, we're always talking about, how things are going in our personal life, and we're just opening up to one another. And we all knew that we had that entrepreneurial spirit, but we had really good jobs. We're about who's getting married, who's having kids, but we all had that, fulfilling driver. We have someone in common that we all like very much, and that we like to follow and take advice from. And his name is Gary V. Got to meet him not too long ago, and it was always something that we needed itching, that wanting to become an entrepreneur, starting a business, and we all had the same common and interest, which was, like I said, direct to consumer online e-com. And yeah, man. So we decided, if we're going to do this, we can't just, do it freestyle. We have to have a plan. That's the way we are. And we need to, buckle down and realize, okay, we have a bunch of great ideas, but what's the one that really makes us tick? And we needed to figure that out. So we asked our wives for permission to go up north and to be like, ladies, we know each other a long time. I know, we have good jobs and all that, and things are going, decent, but we really need this. We really want this in our lives, and they really, they supported it. So we went up north, but we promised them that we'd have a plan. It would be concise, it would be clear, and we'd all have the same North Star. And that's what we did. We went up north. We narrowed it down from 100 ideas on the way there, driving there, jotting them down. We packed our whiteboards, our laptops, the classics, and we just kept thinking and talking and brainstorming. And I remember, it was yesterday, it was around 2 p.m.-ish. We were outside on the terrace. We did a little bit of session on a terrace outside, and we were like, damn, it's hot, it's humid. And we went for a little walk to get the brain going, and we were just complaining about our underwear. And then that really got passionate and steamed up to, okay, let's go look a little bit into what type of underwear are out there and what are guys buying, and let's do some real research for the next hour or two. Our minds were blown. And then we're like, okay, let's start ordering some to see how they fit and what's the big think about some of them. And then we got obsessed. So when we came back to Montreal, that's when it all started. When we got to work and started to feel different fabrics, feel different styles, different designs. And none of them really quite did it. A lot of them were smoke and mirrors. We used them, we washed them, we tried our best to understand how it would really help us throughout the day, and it just wasn't working. But one thing did work is the modal fabric. That was like amazing. That was like all four of us. As soon as we put on a modal underwear from one of our manufacturers that we started working with, we're like, oh my god, this fabric on my skin feels like you're not wearing anything, like a second skin. That's exactly what you want, right? You want to feel like you're not wearing anything, but you're supported. So that's when, bang, we really got to work. And 34 iterations later, we came out with the boxer brief.
Let's talk about that time frame, right? So repeat for the listeners out there, you guys locked yourselves in a cabin in the woods on what day, and then when and how long from that, when you're like you were struck by lightning with the idea, until you had your first prototype, I guess. And then
Perfect.
Obviously there were some iterations from there.
So we go up north June 2020, right? And we did the whole brainstorming, got really excited. Those 3 days we were able to plan our macro of what we wanted to do. We did a lot of research. So we surveyed like over 3,000 men. So we basically planned out, what we were going to do to build the business plan, right? To get enough data to be able to understand who is our target audience, who we're going after, what are the visible, non-visible elements of this brand that we want to create. So that's June 2020, got the idea up north, came back to Montreal, started working on that, did the surveys, did the R&D, did the research. The ticker started then. So 10 months after that time, till the time that we launched, which was August 30th of 2021, is when we actually launched our first product. So that's the whole experience, right? We had the hurrah moment up north, got really excited about it. 10 months of R&D, research, surveying, building the brand, the website, all the details around it. And then we launched on the 30th of August, 2021. So I guess, yeah, so right, June 2020 to August, end of August is about a year.
Absolutely. How did you interview 3,000 guys?
SurveyMonkey and friends. Like we had a lot of friends, and definitely all our boys knew about this whole project we had, and they got excited about it and behind us, and we want to survey them. But obviously there's some biases there. But then we decided to do a survey. We built out a whole survey, and we launched it to 3,000 North American men. We also made a brand called Larry's Basics, a Facebook page, and a simple website. And we basically ran brand awareness ads, right? Robert took the lead on that. And for $1, we're able to get either emails or even a telephone number. People saying, would you be interested in a Canadian brand that's willing to come out with this boxer brief and so on and so forth? Would you be interested in being part of the experience of producing this product? And surprising enough, we got about 100 phone numbers, and I started dialing. What do you wear now? Why do you wear them? What would you like to see in your underwear? What's the fabric you're wearing? I don't know. Oh, polyester. Oh, cotton. What do you know about cotton, polyester? Nothing. Okay, why do you wear polyester? Well, it's because it isn't right up, Okay, why don't you wear cotton? Oh, it's because it gets loose throughout the day. We gathered all that data, and it gave us it made us understand what other men are thinking and how they're thinking, and it helped us to create this boxer brief that basically is our whole mission. It's to provide men with the quality essentials they need without the BS that they don't. A lot of guys that signed up to this thing was willing to stick with just a black boxer brief as long as it was a well-designed, good quality boxer brief, rather than worry about color, print, and all that stuff, right? All the BS that we like to call it, right? At the end of the day, because we're not a fast fashion brand, we're a function first brand.
That's amazing. So you get all this feedback. It helps kind of direct how you're producing this product. You guys go to market with this new product. How do you get customers?
All right. So throughout the process of that I'm thinking like June, yeah, beginning of June to August is a little bit over a year. So call it like 12 months or a year's time. We had enough time to launch to not just work on the product, right? Now we're full time, we're fully engaged. All four of us are working at full capacity. We're doing our 10, 12-hour days with zero sales and just market research, making sure the product is where it needs to be, making sure that we're building content, making sure that we're staying focused, right, to our North Star. So how do we get that is by creating hype, by creating the behind the scenes, by creating content, by starting to explore with platforms like TikTok and LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, right? So we all have like the same people that we know, but there are people within our careers in finance, example on LinkedIn, that they don't cross pollinate. So we made an agreement that, all four of us would share our experiences, our story, our version of what it's taking to build this brand. So we got people excited about standing behind this whole new venture that we're going through, right? It's a big deal. Four guys, we're in our early 30s, starting a business. Some of us have kids, we're married. So a lot of people we got their attention. And when we launched, we started with a minimum quantity order of 10,000 units and solely on organic, slight paid ads, like just testing. Robert was he's head of media buying, and he was just testing the market in terms of understanding, CPAs, cost per click, CPMs. And he basically, when he was in that testing phase, we all were working on our organic, content. And when we launched, the first 10,000 units were all sold organically, right? So that was pretty cool to see the power of organic content and how far it can go just with your circle of influence and powerful tools like, for example, TikTok and LinkedIn. Those are two tools that are really crucial for a lot that's gone on in selling that first 10,000. Sometimes it's an indirect relationship that is made that will bring you to some solution to help you think outside the box or work with someone that can help you. Like, for example, for us, Montreal has a publication, a newspaper. It's called the Montreal Gazette. And we ended up getting the front cover of that newspaper, right before the holidays, and it helped us sell out organically our 10,000 first run of black box reviews.
Hey there, merchant. Are you tired of trying to navigate the wild world of e-commerce on your own? Are you looking for a partner to help you achieve your goals? Look no further than the Shopify Plus agency, Electric Eye. Our team has a proven track record of helping our clients make millions with strategic design and development. Whether you're migrating from a legacy platform to Shopify, designing a new theme for your store, or just looking to optimize what you already have, Electric Eye is the perfect partner for you. Electric Eye are true Shopify experts. Not only is our Shopify knowledge unparalleled, but we have partnerships with all the best tech in the Shopify ecosystem. And don't worry, we're easy to get a hold of. Our clients rave about our fast communication. So here's the deal. If you're an e-commerce business doing over $1 million a year, you can receive a complimentary Shopify diagnostic from our team of experts. That's free, personalized, strategic recommendations to improve your store and grow your business. To get started, head on over to electriceye.io/connect to schedule an intro call with one of our experts. That's electriceye.io/connect.
Struggling to get your Merchant Center ads approved but keep running into a price mismatching error? Wondering how your competitors are showing reviews, price, delivery, and product availability directly in search results? What if there's a way to get more traffic without fighting for rankings? Well, that's where JSON-LD for SEO comes in. It's an app that gets you more organic traffic to your Shopify store, qualifying you for over a dozen search enhancements, and provides all of the structured data you need for Merchant Center. JSON-LD for SEO automatically adds the structured data needed, and it's updated regularly as the rules change by Google. It's a hands-off SEO app that you don't need to monkey around with to get working. It's the safest, easiest, and most effective way to stand out from your competitors in search results. Contact us to get your free structured data audit for your store. Find JSON-LD for SEO in the Shopify App Store to get started. That's JSONLD for SEO, or go to jsonld.app.
It's the beginning of a new year, and with the new year comes new opportunities. The often misunderstood Q5 period stretches from Christmas Day to Chinese New Year and gives brands the gifts of significantly lower CPMs. But how can you use this Q5 as a springboard to make 2023 your best year yet? The answer is funding. Funding opens doors for your business. A cash injection now will enable you to take full advantage of the Q5 opportunity by investing more into your marketing and securing that spring-summer collection from your manufacturers. Revenue-based finance from Wayflyer is fairer, faster, and more flexible than the traditional funding options out there. You can get approved for funding in hours and cash in your account within days. There are no interest rates or personal guarantees, just one simple fee. Best of all, repayments are made as a percentage of your revenue. So if you're having a slower month than usual, no problem, you'll just give them less. To learn more about how funding from Wayflyer can unlock growth for your business and turn 2023 into a record year, visit wayflyer.com/ecom/honest. That's wayflyer.com/ecom with 2 M's/honest. Wayflyer, funding a better way. So you spoke a lot about making kind of the right calls and making the right choices. Is there anything in kind of the history, any mistakes that you made that you learned from, or that you can share with the audience to not make those mistakes?
Definitely. So right now I'm sitting in my pick and packing or preparing the orders room, fulfillment room rather, right? So I'll just turn my laptop and you'll see when we walk into the office right there, right? Those are, when you walk in, that's a wall in an office conference room. And above it, you have underwear with tape and some written words below it. And it's a reminder of all the failures we had to go through before coming out with our actual product. And there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but there are really 34 type of iterations. But those were the 6 like crushing moments that we thought we had it. We were almost there, but then we weren't, and we didn't want to go to market with a subpar, right? A product that we're not 100% confident with. So yes, there was, especially in producing the boxer brief, because as four finance guys, we all complement each other well in business. But when it comes to designing a boxer brief and not having any experience, when it comes to designing garments or in the garment industry, period, we had to do a lot of heavy lifting ourselves, learning ourselves, hiring the right talent, working with the right talent, finding the right talent, and there was a lot of obstacles in the way. But we kept strong. We made sure to never give up, and sometimes we saw some darker times, like we were supposed to launch in May of 2021, and we ended up launching end of August. So you're looking at all of May, June, all of August. You're looking at 3 full months, 90 days more that we had to wait because of a hiccup that happened with production on the first run.
Absolutely. I mean, how did you really overcome that fear of failure? How did you kind of keep making those decisions?
When we started, we knew that it wasn't going to be like a straight line. I know as easy as that sounds, but it's the truth. We kind of knew that it was going to take a little longer, especially getting used to it, like forecasting, time delays. I always consider myself extremely lucky to be in a partnership with 3 best friends. We really lean on each other. So some days one guy is a little bit more on the pessimistic side, but then the optimist comes in and shakes them off, and we feed off that energy a lot. So that's definitely one way, is that we're 4 and that it allows us to be that way. But on the flip side, being 4, if you're not fully aligned, it can bring you 4 times slower, right? And it can be much harder. So you need to make sure that we're all on the same mindset, and we do plan and manifest a lot of our future. So, when we first spoke about our game plan and how we would get there, we did have, stringent, really strict guidelines or the timelines on when we needed to launch and how it's going to affect our cash flow and all that stuff. But we also knew that there would have to be a buffer of a couple of weeks or months because it's not perfect. It was during COVID. Like, there's a lot of uncontrollables. So we made sure that we were okay with the fact of going X amount of time, with the financial instability or financial standstill, to be quite frank, and just an investment, and being patient. And we reminded ourselves that, especially in those darker moments, and we came out on the other side okay.
Absolutely. And speaking of finances, you guys were pretty bootstrapped at the beginning, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Very, very bootstrapped, extremely. Still today, we're as scrappy as we can be.
Absolutely. Can you talk a little bit about how you were kind of dealing with launching a brand with kind of limited resources?
Yeah. So like I said, for us, it's very, very, important that we're very transparent with one another, especially being four. It's a little easier being best friends and being in each other's personal lives a lot before starting the business. But we made up like an agreement at the beginning that we all would have to share our situation financially so that we know what everyone is getting involved with, and really opening the books and opening, your hearts to one another. And we did that, and we agreed that, we wouldn't make any stupid purchases, that we would be really responsible. We ironed out all those details, made sure we were all on the same page and knew where we were heading. And we knew that we wanted to start with initial investment, that was very, very strategic yet frugal. And we didn't want to invest too much capital at the beginning. So it was a $20,000 Canadian investment per co-founder. And then what happened is that a lot of the marketing was done ourselves internally. And that's the way we wanted it. I could talk about a little bit about how we tried to look for agencies, and being finance guys, we didn't think we had the creative juices that we needed. But in the contrary, with today's landscape, being yourself is the best marketing. And we saw that result and continue to do that. But yeah, the marketing is a lot done internally and bootstrapped, and the initial investment, helped us purchase our first purchase order of product, allowed us to keep the lights on and keep moving till our launch. And then since we sold out the 10,000 units before the holidays, it gave us the cash flow to make our order, and then eventually, continue bootstrapping this whole venture till today.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, is there anything that I didn't ask you about that you think would resonate with our audience?
I don't think so. I mean, I try to cover as much, and I try to load my answers as much as possible, because I know it's a podcast and I want to give as much value as possible, especially that we're in startup mode. Yes, we have been, month over month growth, 11 months, close to a year now coming about in next month. But a lot of it is just, you have to plan. You have to make sure, we're very big on manifesting your outcomes, right? So you need to think about, where do you want to be in a year from now at the beginning of the year? And then throughout the year, you need to continue making sure you're aligned to your goals that you promised yourself you would do at the beginning of the year. And just simply writing it down and having it front of mind is so freaking powerful. Like, that is, I think, we shock ourselves. Like, we go back a year from now and we look at what we've written, and 99%, I'm not even kidding, hit. And it was like getting on Dragon's Den, getting on the front page of Montreal Gazette, getting the publications in certain news channels around Canada, certain hockey alumni, NHL players, just crazy things that at the beginning when you're writing it or you're saying it, you're like, well, it'd be nice and we're going to do our best to get there. But it ends up just happening because you write it down and you make it your focus. And, just make it your focus is my point. Write it down, plan for it, keep on track, do your yearly manifesting, and then, break it down into month per month and how you're going to attain those goals. And then on a weekly basis, revisit your monthly goals so you make sure you're on track, and just keep pushing.
Absolutely. That's some fantastic advice. Now, you talked a lot about how much work and love went into these boxers. If a listener out there is curious to try them out, where should they go?
Yeah, so we're 100% direct to consumer online. So manmadebrand.com is our website. You can order. It's pretty simple. We're all about functionality, and it's all about simplicity. So one of the bigger reasons why we started in the boxer brief and essentials is because of the noise that you have in this industry, right? You go want a pair of boxers, and we were researching, 4 guys for it. We're trying to figure out what boxers should we buy. Every time we go to a website or a retail store, it's like you're just there scratching your head, like, which one should I get? Like, why this one? Or what's the difference? Then you get home and you realize that the length is not what you wanted. It's just very noisy, right? Very noisy sector. So we wanted to make sure that it was very much less noisy on our website. So option-wise, you're looking at white and black, right? For the boxer brief, it's just black. For our t-shirts, white and black. Our socks are white and black. And we have one soap bar right now. So it's very, few in selection, but core and timeless pieces. So white and black never goes out of style. Not about fast fashion, less waste, and less SKUs to manage. Keeping it simple. So when you go on our website, it's extremely clean. We have a left-hand bar where you can choose a couple of options and you can discover all our other bundles that we have, but it's super clean and easy. And it's the reason it is done on purpose is the point.
Absolutely. Anthony, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
We can't thank our guests enough for coming on the show and sharing their knowledge and journey with us. We've got a lot to think about and potentially add into our own businesses. You can find all the links in the show notes. You can subscribe to the newsletter at honestecommerce.co to get each episode delivered right into your inbox. If you're enjoying this content, consider leaving a review on iTunes. That really helps us out. Lastly, if you're a store owner looking for an amazing partner to help you get your Shopify store to the next level, reach out to Electric Eye at electriceye.io/connect. Until next time.